Golf News RI presents the Golf Dudes Podcast. Here are the dudes.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Golf Dudes Podcast. I'm Joe Calabro. Joining me, as always, is Rich Capali. Rich, he has a big golf round today. Rich, how you do today, buddy boy?
Not too bad. Still nice out. Knock on wood, no humidity. So I'm very happy about that. Looks like it's going to be nice for pretty much the 10-day forecast. So I'm excited about it. We got a couple important, big important tournament on next Thursday at Kirkray. So I'm excited about that. And then we have our inaugural 4th of July Degenerate Day. So I'm excited about the upcoming week.
Yeah, lots going on. It's a beautiful day out. It's supposed to be hit 90 degrees on Saturday and Sunday. Which
I saw that.
I know you're not excited about it, but I'm excited.
Yes, on Sunday, it's supposed to be like very hot.
Yeah, Sunday will be my reemergence into the playing golf world. So everyone's excited for my first swing in 2 weeks. I already won them all. I already gave them fair warning.
You got to get some rounds in before Thursday.
Yeah, well, we'll see. After Saturday, it gets a little bit better. But yeah, so excited for that. And obviously lots going on in the golf world, no shortage of topics. So before we get to any of those things, the Golf Dudes Podcast is presented by Lynx Drinks. Lynx Drinks is best known for their transfusion in a can. A transfusion is vodka, ginger ale, and grape juice, all mixed up into one refreshing beverage. Lynx Drinks recently had launched 2 new flavors, the back 9 and the front 9. So check all those flavors out at liquor stores and country clubs near you. So shout out to our friends at Lynx Drinks. And also real quick, we posted a story about it today. Shout out to our friends at Pin Golf for launching I saw that. That's awesome. Combined with the first tee, they're launching a rangefinder trade-in program. All old rangefinders, you trade them in, they give you a significant discount on their brand new Prism rangefinder. Plus, of course, you have the Golf News RI discount code, so you might be able to get the thing for free. I'm
going to do that. I'm going to trade in my old one and do that.
So they just launched it. We put up an article about it today. I was talking to Alec, an email exchange back and forth yesterday. So it was great conversation, great stuff. So keep an eye on that. If you have old rangefinders, very important. The brand does not matter. It doesn't matter if you have a pin rangefinder or any other type of rangefinder. They'll take any brand. They donate the old rangefinders to, obviously they have to be in some sort of decent condition, I'm imagining, but they donate the old rangefinders to the first tee for the kids, and they give you a brand new one, again, at a significant discount. Plus, if you use the Golf News RI discount code, you might be able to get the thing for free. So keep that in mind. We have an article and links to it on our website, and we also obviously socials it on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So check that out if you're looking for a new rangefinder. If you have old rangefinders, you can trade them in. So just want to give them a quick shout out. I thought that was a cool program that the boys at Pin launched. And again, just something if you're interested in getting something new and giving away your old rangefinder, a great cause. So congrats to them. So lots going on. Obviously, I was at the U.S. Open last week. Thanks to everybody for following along on my coverage.
Is that a U.S. Open shirt you got on there?
Yes.
I love that logo. That's my absolute all-time favorite logo in the world.
Yeah, so my U.S. Open shirt today, I wore it to the Northeast Amateur and it looked official. So that was that last week. So obviously it was a great week. But thanks to everyone for following along on the coverage. I thought our content was really, really good. For the most part, it was a lot of fun to be in that atmosphere and kind of cover a big event like that. So it was awesome. So looking forward to the next big event that we get press credentials for, which potentially could be the Live Golf Tour at the International in September.
That really sucks that the Travelers was right after the week after the U.S. Open.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh crap! I completely forgot it was the week after the U.S. Like, damn it.
That's why. And Justin Thomas dropped out. Obviously, Brooks dropped out for the Live Tour, but Rory McIlroy lit it up today. So we'll get into some of that. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Certainly, we'll get into some of the Live Golf stuff that's developed over the week. It was a crazy time to be covering the pro golf world in some small way. Obviously, we're not the the Golf Digest and Golf Weeks of the world, but we do cover it in a small way. Last week we covered it in a big way, but so we'll get into all that. Obviously, locally, we have the Northeast Amateur going on at Wannamoisa through 2 rounds, and also Ed Kirby, former longtime Alpine pro and current Equinet Club pro. He is playing in the U.S. Senior Open, which is coming to Newport in 2 years.
Which is on Peacock right now. So
which is on Peacock.
Really,
so
really stupid.
You can't find it. But he obviously having a tough day. Obviously, is at Saucon Valley. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. In Pennsylvania, obviously he's 7 over through 12 holes, or whatever it is. So obviously that was a tough day, but he made it. It was obviously a big deal, and it was an epic putt that he hit to get there. So obviously keep track of him throughout the rest of the week. And also Brett Quigley is in the field as well. Brett Quigley almost knocked it in from the middle of the fairway today. I don't know if anybody saw the video. We actually retweeted it, but he almost knocked it in, had a tap-in birdie. So he's playing well. So 2 Rhode Islanders playing in the Senior Open. And again, that's coming to Newport in 2024. So something to keep an eye on.
I'm actually filling. I'm doing that pin thing as we speak.
Oh, there you go. Now, if you can use our discount code, make sure you.
That's why I'm doing it. I'm gonna explain it when I'm done. Just how it goes. That's why I'm gonna do it on air.
All right. While you do that, I'm gonna hit the Northeast Amateur real quick. Obviously, we've been there the last 2 days. It's a great tournament. Rich came with me last year. He actually enjoyed himself. Great tournament. Great to see the players. They had a huge turnout of fans for the first 2 days, which is surprising. Usually
probably because of the renovations, I would think, right?
Probably people want to see the new course, the new look course. So huge turnout of people the last 2 days. Usually it takes the whole week to kind of build up, and then Saturday you get a decent crowd. That hasn't really been the case. So as far as who's winning, Dylan Manenti of now North Carolina, formerly of Pepperdine, he's winning the tournament. He's going to win the tournament, barring some disaster. He's 12 under through 2 rounds.
Is that good?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. It's an easy game. The game is so easy. I don't understand how more people can't be 12 under. He's 12 under through 2 rounds. According to Northeast Amateur officials, they believe that is a record for a 2-day record of 12 under. He shot 62 on Thursday, and he shot 64 today. So I don't know what happened. He kind of slacked off with the 64, but he's at 12 under. He's got a 6-shot lead over the next closest person, which is a kid from Duke. So that tournament, the winning of it is pretty much wrapped up. He's going to repeat. I think it'll be the first repeat winner since I think Luke Donald. I think he's the first repeat winner since then. So it's obviously been a while. So obviously he's fun to watch. Obviously a great player, and it'd be interesting to see what kind of score he posts at the end of the 4 days, because he has a record, and he's certainly on pace for some sort of record. If he shoots another low 60s tomorrow, you could really be in for something crazy. So he's going to win it. But as far as the locals, or as I call them, the local 7, Patrick Welch leads all the locals. He shot a 2 under 68 today. He's 1 under par for the tournament, and currently in a tie for 12th, as Rich is freaking out. Something must have happened.
Dude, you gotta see Jordan Spieth's scorecard. There's all sorts of shapes on there.
Oh boy. So Jordan,
and not circles either.
Jordan did not have a good week last week at the US Open. I was kind of disappointed. I was kind of hoping for a Spieth Sunday potentially. And
I bet on him.
He's clearly not having a good week this week either. So that's what's going on with the Travelers, obviously over in Connecticut. So Patrick Welch leads the Islanders today at the Northeast Amateur. He's in about 12th right now, so he should have a late morning, early afternoon tee time tomorrow, which is exciting. Davis Chatfield's even par. There was an outside for a short time. There was an outside chance that we could have had a Patrick Welch, Davis Chatfield pairing, but David bogeyed the 9th hole to drop from 1 under to even, or else there would have been a real chance that they play together tomorrow, which would have obviously been a lot of fun. And then Chris Rancourt fell to 4 over, the former URI star, and after that, Bobby Leopold, Andrew O'Leary, and a few other Islanders, they're really struggling. Obviously, I'm surprised that Andrew O'Leary Obviously for Bobby, his focus is the RA amateur. It's tough conditions over at Wanamaoisa for kind of those guys, but hey, they're in the field and they're competing. So
Not
one
for
more
other
day to
people.
go. What is it?
I said not for other people.
No, not for some people. Yeah. So one more day to go. There's a cut tomorrow after tomorrow's round, top 60 in ties. So as of right now, if the cut was on Thursday, it would be at about 5 over. So that's kind of the cut at the moment. Ish, if it was a cut today. So, but it was great to talk to Patrick today. I caught up with him after the round. I know we already put the story up earlier, mostly because I wanted to beat some of the other media to it. But I talked to Patrick for a few minutes. I talked to him about his return to Oklahoma, his decision to return to Oklahoma, and his upcoming PGA Tour start, which is coming in October. So let's hear from Patrick now, a little package I put together earlier today, and we'll hear it right here on the Golf Dudes podcast.
It was a pretty easy decision. I mean, I love OU, and the coaches there have treated me like family. My teammates, they're my best friends. One of them's right over there. He was playing behind me, but we came up together. We played last week, so we're all like really close and tight. But I mean, especially with the PGAU rankings, I was kind of hovering around the 15 mark, kind of like right at the deadline. But I figured with that kind of deal, you gotta take a chance on yourself. And, say, are you gonna stay in and hope to get in, or start at a better ranking for next year and then improve on that. So that's what I wanted to do. My game felt good enough to play like another year of solid golf for school, and I feel like I would know if I was ready to turn pro. I don't think I'm ready yet. I'm very excited. We played in Puerto Rico like 2 weeks before, and there was the PGA Tour start for the Puerto Rico Open. I got sixth, and I was leading after one, and I was only 2 back going into the last day, and then my teammate ended up winning. Like, he shot 20 under, but a little disappointed in that. Realizing there was another chance in a couple of weeks, so I just kind of got ready for that. And I mean, that week I played some of the most complete golf that I've ever played, and to get rewarded having a tour start later in the year is awesome. I've been dreaming about playing on the PGA Tour or a tournament, and it's so hard to do. There's so many good golfers out there, so. I'm really blessed and fortunate to have the opportunity. He would start crying. Yeah, I think he would. He's a crybaby. I kind of am too now that I'm getting older, and I'm like, dang, that's what my dad would do. But I mean, he'll be with me there. So I mean, I know he's really proud. So hope I keep making him more proud.
All right, welcome back to the Golf Dudes podcast. That was Patrick Welch talking about his decision to return to Oklahoma. Says it was an easy decision, and is also upcoming PGA Tour start, I believe, in the Shriners in October. So he's obviously excited about that. And it was great to catch up with him for a few minutes. Obviously, we'll see him the rest of the week as well. Maybe he'll make a run or go low tomorrow and put himself in. I mean, it's going to be tough to say he's in contention, but maybe put himself in the mix for a top 5 finish or something like that. That'd be obviously pretty good for him. But obviously great to talk to him. We know with these guys, these amateurs, when they come here and they have so much riding on their seasons and they come here and play, it's like you have to talk to them because they don't necessarily come back. They're not around. So obviously wanted to make sure I got some questions in and get his thoughts on kind of his future. And obviously he's planning to go pro. He said he's just not ready to go pro yet. So it should be fun. He's got 1 more year of college, and that's kind of where he's at. So, but obviously it'd be fun to watch him the rest of the week. Did you figure out that pin thing yet?
I did. So
right.
if you go to pingolf.com, and then on the top where it says shop and all their little toolbar up there, you're going to go all the way to the right, and you're going to go, it's for FORE, the kids. Yeah. That's their right. slogan for the rangefinder. Right. You're going to fill out a form, a tiny little form, first name, last name, email, and what brand of rangefinder you're trading in. You're going to submit it, and then almost immediately I got an email from Pinned It went into my spam folder, so it took me a couple seconds to find it. So make sure you check your spam.
So, yep. So
Check your spam. Don't delete it. Don't delete your spam, anything like that. It'll be in your spam folder. So next step, it says go to our shop, use discount code for the kids, FORE, the kids, all caps at checkout to receive a total discount of $146.
That's not bad. It's not nothing.
Not bad. That's fantastic.
Now, can you add a second discount code? Can you add a second discount code?
I don't know. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it, and then we'll figure it out. So I'll offer you a brand new Prism rangefinder. Then number 3, pack up your old rangefinder, head to your local post office, send your old rangefinder to our warehouse, pin golf, all that, and then they'll send out like a normal package. So that's that. And as the show goes on, I will attempt to what's it called? Purchase this thing so we can see what the hell's going on.
There's your walkthrough on the new pinned rangefinder deal. Now, just for the record, you're actually doing it.
I am going to do it. Yeah,
you're actually doing it. Okay.
What is it? It's what's it called? What is it? I gotta do the math. Hang on a second. But yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? It's $229 as opposed to like $350, I think. So.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. We had the pin rangefinder deal, a cool program they launched.
Recently. My rangefinder's like 10 years old, so they're gonna give me $150 for it. Are you kidding me?
There you go. So there is that. So we did some Northeast Amateur stuff. Also, quick points to hit on. Olivia Williams, the girls stage high school state champion, she finished 9th in the New England Women's Amateur this past week. So obviously that's a very good finish for her, given that she's a rising sophomore in high school. And then also Will Dixon today finished 12th in the Mimosa Championship. That's my kind of tournament.
I saw that. I was like, oh, that sounds great.
That sounds like a great tournament. But he finished 12th, took home a little bit less than $2,000 on the G Pro Tour. They have their G Pro Tour Championship next week. So he's playing in that. And so we'll continue to follow him as well. So just a couple of quick notes there. And again, of course, the rest of the Northeast Amateur, it ends on Saturday. Tomorrow should be a fun day, cut down day. It's always interesting. And then obviously Saturday is the finale. And we also have obviously Ed Kirby in the US Senior Open. We have the PGA Tour. We also have a women's golf major as well.
By the way, you're getting the pin rangefinder for $83. By the way,
there you go.
As opposed to like $3.5, $350. Are you kidding me?
There you go. That's what you need. That's what our friends at Pin do.
Yes, sir. Yes, I can't wait for the women's tournament this weekend. I'm pumped about that.
It already started. It started today, didn't it?
That's what I meant. I meant this weekend. I always mean Saturdays. Saturday, Sunday.
Some girl pulled a Rory McIlroy and she's 8 under after the first round. So people are shooting crazy because I don't know why we make this game so difficult. It's obviously easy. I mean,
it seems easy, doesn't it? I mean, you
just do the same thing over and over again. I mean, the putts, you just go back and forth.
And not for nothing, we play the same course over and over again. It should be even easier, no?
Yeah. So we're still trying to figure out why the game of golf is so hard when other people are making it look easy. So there's that. So let's do this. Obviously, we have a lot to talk about in the pro golf world. A lot of stuff happened over the course of the week from when I did my quick hit podcast last week at the US Open to now, certainly. So we'll get to some of that. Rich will also update us on his rangefinder purchase. If there's any
I'm trying to do it now. I just got to pick a color. I think I'm going to go with
anything else you need to know about it, and I will do all of that when we come back after this break. So lots coming up. Stay tuned. This is the Golf Dudes podcast. Billy Andre joins the show. Billy, thanks so much for doing this, and we appreciate you taking the time.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
I'm very excited to be joined by an 11-time Emmy Award winner, and that is Armin Katayan. Massachusetts Women's Amateur Champion Allison Paik.
The days of the country club just being golf and maybe one amenity are gone. Unfortunately, Metacomet doesn't have those.
has a very rare condition called kyphoscoliotic Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And at the time of diagnosis, there was only 60 documented cases in the world.
I mean, we legitimately played the last 4 holes at Newport National. You could not see 50 yards.
And welcome back to the Golf Dudes podcast. It's presented by Lynx Drinks. Check out Lynx Drinks. It's going to be warm this weekend. Get an ice cold Lynx Drinks on the course, or while you're watching golf, or whatever you might be doing, watching the Northeast Amateur, whatever you might be doing. Get a nice cold Lynx Drinks. Have one by your side. It's good stuff. Rich is a big fan of the back 9 transfusion, and I actually don't mind the front 9 transfusion. So there you go. So check out Lynx Drinks. Also check out Pin's new deal and everything else going on as well. So lots going on in the golf world. A lot has happened since I did my quick hit podcast last week from the U.S. Open. Chaos is continuing to ensue. Liv is on the rise, clearly. Brooks Koepka is now joined. Abraham Ancer has now joined. I don't know if I'm missing anybody significant, but Patrick Reed, Bryson DeChambeau, I'm not sure what the time frame of all that is exactly. But all the guys are joined. They have their second tournament this coming week at Pumpkin Ridge. And if that course sounds familiar, that's obviously where Tiger won his 1996 U.S. Amateur. So they're at Pumpkin Ridge this upcoming week. Captains already been announced. Shockingly, Brooks is a captain, Bryson is a captain, and Patrick Reed is a captain. So there's that. So a lot going on. We mentioned the Travelers is underway. Rory McIlroy lit it up today, and JT pulled out with back issues. But Rich, you haven't talked about it since 2 podcasts ago, as you sat out last week, just because it was just a tough circumstances with me at the U.S. Open, and you obviously at the home offices, and we couldn't quite connect and make it work reasonably.
Well, the show was all about you. You can say it. You were the big man. You were the big man last week.
Well, it was all about me. Yeah, that's true. And I actually did the show live because it was just a lot easier than having to try to edit it at the U.S. Open. But anyways, you haven't talked about it. You haven't weighed in. Things have continued to escalate. Last week, the press conferences, every press conference I went to was bizarre. I said it on my Facebook page. Phil Mickelson's press conference was easily the most uncomfortable press conference I've ever been in. The Brooks Koepka one was close second because he was
especially now, right?
Because he was getting all pissed off, and the USGA one was slightly uncomfortable at times. Mostly, actually, it was pretty interesting. So it was quite a bizarre week at the U.S. Open. I gained a lot of insight on all these things. Obviously, everyone was talking about, but your chance to weigh in. Things are escalating. PGA Tour had a press conference yesterday. Jay Monahan. Your thoughts on kind of the whole bizarre situation that continues to get more bizarre, pretty much.
Well, I mean, the PGA is now shaking. They're shaking in their boots. They should be, because this thing's gaining steam. They're gaining better players. Brooks defects. Now it's getting in the head. Pat Perez too. Not a huge name, but a decent name. Yeah. He's gone. They have a base now. They have Brooks, they have Bryson, they have Phil, they have DJ. They have a lot of guys that are in the top 20, top 25 every week that they play. I think there's probably another good 1 or 2 names that we're going to see that are going to be like a wowzer type of thing. I don't know. I couldn't even think about who it would be, but I think there's another
Ricky Fowler.
Given the fact that he's kind of crapped the bed the past couple of years, that's a big name. But he hasn't been relevant though. He hasn't really been relevant on the tour.
Neither have half of those guys on the that joined the tour.
True, but yeah, we're just waiting for that. I'm not sure why it hasn't been announced yet. I mean, I guarantee you, pen's already to paper. Now Monahan is doing PGA Live type tour type of thing.
The same thing that Liv was doing. Yep.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden they found money, apparently.
Yep. Lots of money. Lots of
so
money.
they're back in the dump truck up on that.
I don't like the new FedEx Cup thing. I didn't like that they did that. That's gonna screw a lot of guys over.
What's the new one again?
They changed the FedEx Cup format, so now it's the top 70 players make it. Then it goes
Oh,
70,
yeah,
50, 30.
70, 50, 30.
I
Right.
wasn't. I mean, maybe 125 was a lot, but I feel that's.
But I mean, that
that's
really cuts the leg. That cuts the
That's
legs
like-
out of a lot of people.
that's a significant cut. So I wasn't a huge fan.
Not
of
even
that.
not even that is a significant pay cut too for all
That
those,
too,
you know,
yeah.
for all those guys too. So, I like it. I like the live. I'm excited to hopefully get press passes there. That's going to be awesome. There's going to be access to a lot of big names without the huge crowds of the PGA Tour, without the huge media of the PGA Tour, stuff like that. So I'm excited for that. I like it. I'm gonna hopefully watch a little bit this week. Was it this week or next week?
Next week.
4th of July weekend.
Well, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
4th of July is on
so-
a Monday, so like you said, 4th of July
Yeah,
weekend.
so
It's
it's
like,
like, yeah.
kinda. Kinda.
Yeah,
So,
I'm excited. I'm excited to watch. I'm intrigued. I like the whole team aspect name, even though like all the team names are atrocious. And yeah, it's just something else to watch. It's only 3 days. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That still gives the PGA
And
Tour
it's-
their
And it's shotgun start. The whole tournament's over by like 2:00 in the afternoon.
2:00. It was amazing. I was like, this is great. I don't have to sit in my chair for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm excited.
It's interesting. Obviously, it's a fascinating situation that continues to rage on. I think the live is on the rise. I think it is getting better. Like you said, better players are coming. It's no longer, well, we only know like 5 players in the field, like me and you joked about. And before the first tournament, we only knew like 10 players in the entire
And,
field.
and
Now
what
we
I
actually know
also
people.
what I also think with the star power that they're getting, or potentially going to get more, I think that they're probably, what is it, 8? It's only 8 events this year, right? I guarantee you next
correct.
year's is going to be like 10 or 12. I guarantee you, just
Mhm.
because of how much money they're giving the players. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think they're gonna ask them to play in another 2 or 4 events. I can almost guarantee it.
Yeah, I think so. And I wonder if they're gonna end up having things where like, a team sits out this event and then they come back. They kind of rotate teams. You know what I mean? Because how many teams how many players can you really have out there if you're doing shotgun starts? They're
Yeah,
not
true.
doing 12A and 12B tee times like we have.
Yeah, like we do.
They're not doing. I don't think they're doing 12A and 12B. I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Maybe they will. Who knows? I think the PGA Tour could be in trouble, and I would say they're clearly shaking right now. I think here part of it is, here's why. It doesn't look like the majors really care. If you're qualified, you're gonna let these guys. They're gonna let these guys in. The U.S. Open did it. The British Open did it. I think they announced it yesterday or the day before, whatever. I don't remember what day exactly it was, but whatever day it was.
The big one's the Masters. The big one's the Masters.
one-
They haven't said anything about
The
it.
big ones are in the Masters. They haven't, like you said, they
Which is
haven't-
because it's the furthest away. It's the
Correct.
furthest away time wise. So
Correct. But if all these other ones, I mean, I guess it's possible they could still say no. It was interesting last week in the USGA press conference at Brookline. Somebody asked Mike Wan, the CEO, who, by the way, seems like a perfectly classy guy. So it was fun to hear him speak on different topics other than the live stuff. He was asked if he could ever see a time where these guys aren't able to play in the U.S. Open or other majors, and he said yes. He didn't follow up on it. He just said yes. But here's the kicker, because if the live golf, if they don't get official world rankings points, if they don't get, and I guess Norman applied for them, but that doesn't mean they get them. So if they don't get world rankings points, eventually these guys, in theory, world rankings points are going to drop because they're playing tournaments that aren't getting points, right? So that would be a way. And
that's something they should have thought about before they said yes.
Well, yes, of course, that's true. But especially if they can't go back and forth between live golf and the tour event. Now it's obviously going to take some time for a lot of these guys.
Well, if they do the European tour, then that's fine.
That's true. DP World Tour is letting them play. So I think that's obviously continues to be a fascinating situation. It's an escalating situation for sure. I think I see both sides of it. Obviously, I'm excited for the live thing. I think it's interesting. It's coming to Boston in September. Like I said, at the International. So we'll try to be there in some way, shape, or form, either media or just show up. So I'm excited for that. It'll be interesting to see who's in the field by that time. That's still months away. Who knows who's going to join or what it's going to look like, or what they're going to do. So I'm interested in that. And then obviously with the PGA Tour, obviously I think it's still the best tour, but there's significant changes coming. They announced yesterday, like we talked about, and I think they're shaking a little bit. So with that said, the Travelers is on the way. By the way, I do enjoy Rory defending the PGA Tour and Shuffler defending the PGA Tour. I thought they were
Morikawa too.
Yeah, I think that's been they've been pretty classy in the way they've done it. I experienced that a little bit last week. So in Morikawa too, even though he was rumored to be going to Live Golf, I'm not sure how that rumor got started, but that was bizarre. So anyways, by the way, did you know he pours his milk first and then the cereal?
Dude, please don't get me started. Don't get me started.
I was like,
please.
What are we doing?
That's a serial killer move. No pun intended. No pun intended. That's a serial killer move.
No offense, anybody.
That is a serial killer type move right there, bro.
Oh, yeah, I see what you did there. Serial killer.
Spelled different, but almost the same.
See that? Look at that.
But seriously, that's a psychopath move. I'm sorry. Like what? I think JT. What did he say? He say?
I'm more concerned about you pouring the cereal milk first than leaving it, going in something like that.
Yeah. I was like, that is straight crazy.
Yeah. So that's what's going to be going on. Do you want to do a quick? I know that day one should be pretty much over. So if you want to do a quick rundown of the leaderboard of the Travelers, then maybe hit on the Cape. Women's tournament. Eden G. Chun is 8 under. So
so I'll just do a quick. That's a star-studded leaderboard. So I'm just gonna go through like the top 10. You got McIlroy at 8 under, 62. That was he lit the course on fire. JT Poston actually matched McIlroy with a 62 today.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I think he just finished from what I saw. Oh Jesus, what are we doing here? There we go. Schauffele got back on his grind, 7 under, 63. Not too bad. Martin Laird, where the hell did he come from? 7 under, 63 as well. Let's see. Cantlay is 6 under. My boy Sahith Theegala, right in there again. 3 under, 67. Kiz 3 under. Let's see what else we got. Joel Damon 3 under. Come on. Tony Finau 2 under.
Mm-hmm.
He had a little bit of extra practice because he didn't make the cut last week.
Nope.
Scheffler's 2 under. That's a final of 68. And Tommy Fleetwood's 1 under. And let me go down.
Oh yes, the annual last place finisher.
I'm looking for Jordan Spieth first. Which actually
could be the same.
Might be. Let's see. Jason Day 4 over, did not have a good day. Jordan Spieth 5 over, 75.
As bad as he played, he grinded out a 75.
I know.
His 75 is our 105.
Adam DeMario is the first day winner at 9 over.
Can you do me a favor, actually, while you have the thing in front of you? Can you look up how Michael Thorbjornsen finished? He's an amateur. He was supposed to play the Northeast Amateur, but he skipped it to play the Travelers. He was 2 under at one point.
Let me see if I can use this. Is there a search thing?
I'm just curious if you have the thing right in front of you.
There's no, that's fine. Go ahead. Talk a little bit and I'll find it.
So that's the Travelers. Richard just looking up Michael Thorbjornsen. And then we're going to pretty much get out of here. I know Richard's got things to do. I got content to write as we get ready for.
2 under, 68.
He finished at 2 under.
2 under, yeah.
Pretty good for an amateur. He's from Stanford. He's from Massachusetts. He's one of the top players, top M's in the country. So he'll be a pro sooner rather than later. So good first round for him at the Travelers. He struggled last week at the U.S. Open, as you would expect. There you go. So Michael Thorbjornsen, the kid from Massachusetts, is 2 under in his first round of the Travelers. So pretty impressive. So something to watch for. Reason to watch this weekend for him. So as we wrap up here, I haven't even really talked to you other than just a brief text. Any final U.S. Open thoughts?
Fantastic. They put on a fantastic show from where I was sitting. I heard rumblings that the country club could be getting put in the rotation with Pebble and Pinehurst for hosting a U.S. Open every, I think, 6 years or something like that, or 8 years. I do believe the U.S. Opens at Pinehurst in 26, I think, or 27. Then it's Pebble Beach, and then it could come back in 28 or 29 to Brookline. So it's fantastic. I mean, absolute ballsy shot out of the sand by Fitzpatrick. Me and my dad were sitting there. We're like, there's no way he goes for the green here, especially with the little island to the right of his shot. And he hit an absolute dart to the middle of the green, and the rest is history. Brookline put on the country club put on a fantastic showing for the whole week. And I really, really hope it gets put in that rotation.
Yeah, I think they're trying to, and all the players raved about it. All the players said the course was great. So
not one what's it called? Complaint that I heard of. Public complaint, anyways. I mean, Shinnecock the greens were too fast. They had to water them down. All that BS and stuff like that. There's always something,
Yeah. Everyone loved. All the players said they loved it. Obviously, it was an amazing tournament. Will Zalatoris did say he thought he made the putt on 18. He thought it was.
I thought it was in. I thought it was in.
He said he thought he made it afterwards. So obviously, feel bad for him. Happy for Matt Fitzpatrick, because I bet on him before, so that was good.
He's the second Englishman to win the U.S. Open since '77, I think.
He's only one of two people to win the U.S. Open.
One of two people, and the last one was '77.
The other one is Jack Nicklaus.
No, Englishman.
Oh, maybe. But he's only one of two to win the U.S. Open. No, it's to win the U.S. Open and the U.S. Am at the same course.
Amateur, yeah. So he's one of the last person did it was in '77. That was English.
He's one of him and Jack are the only ones to win it at the same course. The two tournaments at the same course. That's what it is. Is Jack did it obviously at Pebble Beach. So there it is. Yeah, it was a great week. Like I said, fun to be there. Fun to experience covering an event like that, and fun to meet meet people that I read and watch on TV. So obviously looking forward to doing more of those kind of things in the future. Obviously the door is open now in that respect for a lot of these tournaments. So we'll look forward to doing that. But thanks to everyone for following along all week. It was obviously a lot of fun. Sorry about all the content and pictures I was posting. I just figured I'd entertain people. So that's that. Coming up next week, we'll have our annual pre-degenerate tournament podcast. It's always
I forgot about that. We got to do the show before the
it's always a fun tournament. We're trying to get out of the show before it even starts to go be degenerates for the day and night. So we have that coming up, and also a few other things. Obviously, the Iran Amateur is just a few weeks away, believe it or not. I will be doing the Iran Amateur Series. Obviously getting a late start this year with being at the U.S. Open and other things going on. So we are going to do that. I have some people hopefully lined up. And so we'll be doing that again this year, and a few other things in the works, as well as summer rages on here in Ireland. But that's all we got. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Enjoy the NBA draft.
Who cares? I'm so basketballed out after watching the Celtics when I never watch basketball. So I'm good.
So anyway, enjoy your night. Enjoy the rest of the week. Hope to see you at the Northeast Amateur Friday and Saturday. It could be a historic week for sure. The Northeast Amateur did confirm that it is a scoring record for two rounds. So I figured I just thought it in at the end. But thanks everyone for tuning in, and hope you all have a great night. We will talk to you next week